Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews, and we're back with the most recent episode of the Romanoffs. Came out today. This is episode 7. It is called End of the Line. It stars Kathryn Hahn and J.R. Ferguson and Annette Mahendru. I think I'm saying that right. And it's about a couple who goes to Russia to adopt a baby. And it's, to me, a much better episode than the last one. This is probably one of my favorites. Because I love Kathryn Hahn, I love J.R. Ferguson, I love Annette Mahendru. Each one of them has done stuff that I really like. Kathryn Hahn, I remember her way back from Crossing Jordan. But she's been in a ton of stuff. And she's been in a lot of comedies lately, but I really love her dramatic chops. J.R. Ferguson, I loved him on Mad Men as Stan. I loved him on The Real O'Neills. I've liked him in every single thing he's been in. Annette Mahendru was great on The Americans, an underwatched, underappreciated show where she was great on that. And so you get these three really great actors in here. And tell this kind of like what feels like a little independent movie about what it's really like, not just adopting a baby from Russia, but just how things get done there. What orphanages are like, just what Russia, I don't know if every part of Russia is like this. This is like kind of like a microscope looking down at this little part of the world. Well, Russia's not little, but for people like me and a good majority of this audience, we don't know really what it's like in Russia. And I have a strange, well, not strange, I have a feeling that Matthew Weiner really did his research before making this episode, because the attention to detail in it is really fantastic. And just like last episode where Mexico was kind of a big centerpiece, Russia itself is a major character in this episode. And man, I mean, I don't know if they filmed in Russia. I think they filmed in Romania. But I felt cold watching this, and I can handle the cold, but it felt cold watching this. It felt like what I was watching, like Fargo, both the movie and the television show. They have a great sense to how it feels, and in this the hopelessness in this that's how I took it, of what it's like to be there and how everybody's trying they've got their own plans to get as far away from there as possible. And it's just really interesting because we can sit here and be all highfalutin like we're Americans and blah blah blah, but like when you see it from the other side, it's kind of easy to understand how people think when it comes to getting out of a shitty situation or place. Like, what would you do? What are you willing to do to get out of somewhere that's terrible? Or you feel, and I'm not trying to say Russia's, I don't know. Like, I don't want to get on a soapbox here, but it just seems really bad there. It just doesn't seem like the kind of place that, an American like me, who I can handle things like cold, but man, I wouldn't survive there. I'd fucking kill myself probably. I don't think I could handle it. Just the level of the bribery and just the limitations of life, and the fact that that when they start to think that there's something wrong with the baby. And you hear about the other stories of the kids and just how it is for the kids over there, and when they have conversations with other people about their life. Kathryn Hahn has a conversation with a prostitute in a bar, and just every single interaction with somebody describing what their kind of life is like and what things are like. Don't smile; they'll think you're from a mental institution. That kind of thing. How hard it is there, and how hard you have to be to live there. We're a bunch of candy asses. It's also, it is kind of a depressing episode because as far as reality check. Like, we bitch and we moan about the things that are wrong here, but good Lord. I mean, we have it so easy here. To get, more back on track with the actual central part of the story, I really like these two and their relationship and how you start to find out more about them as things get more difficult. I would be expecting him to be the one who wouldn't want to go through with something when they realize that there's something wrong with this baby. Usually that role would probably fall towards the man. That was like, we're out of here. Like, we're not doing this. And instead, it's a role reversal, in my opinion, where she's the one who has had she's the one who can't give birth, and she's the one who struggled to try to figure out ways to have a baby. And when she finally is faced with, she can have one, they can give her this one, but this one is broken, and how she just goes, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going, I can't. And how he's the one who's like, I didn't know this about you. If I'd known this, I don't want to be with you, that kind of thing. Like this test in the middle of the episode where it's just like, they're really at a crossroads here. And it's a very interesting take on the whole situation. Usually, like I said, the men in these kind of situations are usually the aggressors of let's get the hell out of here. But I do like how, and I guess, I said spoilers, I think, in the end, when she says no, that she's not taking this baby, and it's a really dramatic scene. And you're prepared for, he's got that look on his face like, I was afraid, I was hoping that she wouldn't do this. But then when he backs her up and says, we said no, we're getting out of here. And then I thought the episode was going to take a real dark turn. I actually thought it was going to take a dark turn a little earlier when he's out walking at night, and they say don't go walking out at night. And he's out by himself. And yeah, he's a big dude, but come on. You're in Russia by yourself in the middle of the night, and there's that dog there. And first I thought the dog was just going to attack him, but then I thought maybe the dog was there as like bait to lure somebody to do something else. But it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. But then when they're in there and they're going to, the two ladies leave the room to discuss their situation now that they're not going to take the baby, and she sees the two chairs. And when she looks at the two chairs, she just gets this feeling, and I did too. I love the way that shot made me feel. Like you're supposed to feel what she felt, I think, which was something is really wrong here. And there was I don't know how they were able to convey that. If it was just that they hung on those two chairs, but it was like she had a flash or something of the Romanoffs and how they died. And how they were in a room and somebody just came back and killed them. Like they were put in a room and they were just gone. And she got that like fear in her that we got to get the fuck out of Dodge. They're going to come here. We're going to just get disappeared because you don't know these people. And I really was like, oh shit. Yeah, get out of there. I really felt like this was dangerous. And the way that they got me to go along with it and hook me in was fantastic, because in the end, no, nothing happens. They just bring another baby. One that more would be to their liking. One that isn't laying there limp like there's something really wrong with it. This one's bigger and fatter and healthier looking and making noises like a regular baby. I mean, it's almost like they had this baby in the wings just in case. Like, we got to get rid of these kids. Okay, they don't want the sick one. We tried to get the sick one out of here to help it, because they are trying. They are trying to get these children out of there because nobody wants them. There's too many kids. And not all of these people are terrible people. They're hamstringed. They don't have people to take them. And so just to get a kid out of there, they had to give him like the good one. I hate to say it like that. It sounds like they gave them the one that, okay, we're going to try to get them to take the sick baby. But if they can't, we will then give them the real baby that they want. The one that's... like, you know, like a sales, and it's just really, it's really sad. It's just really, really sad. And I'm glad when I see things like this that I don't have a maternal bone in my body. Well, I have a little bone, a little maternal bone, not a huge one, but just not enough to ever really want kids. But anyway, that's another thing. That's got nothing to do with this. So I do like that it has a nice ending, but it really, the shower and the sink and everything. I mean, it's, hey, look, there's places here that are like that, but you know, just when to going into a place, just this really made me understand a little bit more about Russia, and just makes me again, you know, like look at our country and go, we need to stop bitching so much because things could be worse. Things could be much, much worse. So anyway, great performances, great writing, a fantastic episode. Just really, really eye-opening. Again, Russia as a character and the whole world that they were showing us. Heartbreaking, touching, funny, dark. Has everything. And again, Matthew Weiner does a great job here. So that was this might be my favorite episode. It's real close though with another one. So anyway, that's end of the line. We've only got one episode left, I think. And from the trailer, it's the only one I haven't seen. So we'll see. We'll see you on the next one. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all of that jazz. Otherwise, this is Rob at Smirking Gun Reviews saying we'll see you on episode 8. Otherwise, we will see you on another one of our videos. Have a great day. Bye.